Hello everyone, this is Rose and you have come to Untwist Your Stitches, a Flosstube channel about cross stitching. Today we have a whole bunch of things to share. I've got what I call a STAF, which is a start and fully finish. I have an FO, which is a fully finish of just the stitching, not of the way it's going to be displayed. I have some whips to share with you. I've done very good with my stitching this month. I have some, what I call, for those of you who've not been here before, I live in rural Idaho, so shopping for cross stitch or embroidery or any of those kind of things is very difficult. And so I call my stash acquisitions postal prizes, because I would say 95% of what I get to stitch comes through the mail. And then I've got some information about what I'll be doing the next few weeks. And I think that's about it. So we will get started. For those of you who are just finding me, thank you for stopping in and seeing if what I have to offer is something that you would like. For those of you who are returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate your time. I know there are many cross-stitching channels out there that you could find, and other things like crocheting, embroidery, quilting, all of that kind of stuff. So if you take the time to come to my channel and watch me and see what I've been up to, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Today I'm going to start with a question. And when I was watching some of the channels that I like to watch, I thought about this question, and it's, do you read the description box before you watch the video, or do you only go down there, such as me, when there is something in there that you want to find, such as a new Flosstube channel, if they've linked to a product that you would like to go and find more information out, if there's information about the whips that they're working on, you know, color conversions and that kind of thing. What do you use that description box for? Do you use it to decide if you're going to come and watch, or do you wait and see if there's something in there that you really want to look at? I have to admit that the only time I go to the description box, for the most part, is if there's information that the Flosstuber has talked about and I want to see what's in there, so that I can either follow a link or find a new channel. So that is what I do. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to, as I said, I call these staffs, start and fully finish. The first one I have is a gift that I'm giving to my sister for her birthday. It's not until August, but I wanted to make sure I had it finished in advance, because I'm going to be gone most of July and the first part of August. So I wanted to make sure it was done and ready for her. Now I'm going to have to do a second one for my other sister, but her birthday is not until November, so I have plenty of time to get that one done. The pattern that I used is Sisters by Stony Creek. And what I did with it was put it on a little easel type frame. Now I've had this, I believe I bought it at Michael's probably 3 years ago, because it was in the clearance section, and I knew that at some point in time I would use these for finishing my cross stitch. I've got one in my kitchen. I showed you it last year, how I finished that. And now this one for my sister. The fabric that it was stitched on is a 32 count Parisian neutral stripes. And then I changed some of the colors. So the darker ladybug I stitched in forbidden fiber threads, poinsettia, and the black for both of them, and for the words I used forbidden fibers blackboard. The leaves and the vines, absinthe. Oh my Lord, I can't believe it took so long to get that spit out. And then this second ladybug, I used Weeks Dye Works Louisiana hot sauce. And then in the flowers here, in the daisies, the grays are from my Roxy Floss Co. one of a kind, and one of them, the lighter one, is pearl, and the next one is gravel. And then the rest of it is done with the called for colors, which is the yellows, the whites. Oh, and I changed on here, the hearts are in red, but my sister's favorite color is blue. So I changed this to, that's a dark blue that is the frame, and then a lighter blue that's the hearts. And then I've had this charm in my stash for several years that I wanted to put it on something that I made for my sisters. And it just worked very well with this. And then this is a ribbon and a bead that I had in my stash. So that is what I've done for my sister's birthday. Now, the next two staffs, start and fully finishes, are ATC artist trading cards that I've already sent to Laura from Stitching by the Shore, part of her summer exchange. So I made a little video before I sent them off, and I will pop that in here so that you can see what I did. And then I will be right back. Hi, so before I sent off the ATCs for the artist trading card swap that Laura from Stitching by the Shore does, I wanted to show it to you because pictures never really give you a good idea of what it looks like. This first one was a free pattern that I found, and I thought it was appropriate because it has both air and water in it, because the rainbow is in the air and the water, or the rain, coming down out of the clouds. It's done on 28 count, I think it's called natural, and it's over 2. And then the second one I did is another free pattern that I found, and the way I put it on the card for this was kind of reminiscent of, you've seen the pictures of the silhouette of the girl standing in the rain. And I know the stripes behind it aren't really rain, but it kind of gave me that same vibe. Now this one is also on 28 count natural, but this one is done over 1, because in order to make it fit in the size that I needed it, over 2 just wasn't going to work. And again, I feel like with the rain coming down, it gives both air and water. And that was the theme for this summer's ATC swap. Welcome back. I'm glad that you're still here. So the next thing that I have finished, but I haven't fully finished it, is my May Zweigert's 12 months of Snowman Heads. And let's see, can you see May? You can kind of see May is this one right here. So this, let me see, yep, it's centered. This is the head. It is on 14 count printed fabric. I believe this is a heritage collection, but I'm not 100% sure. It is something I've had in my stash for several years. If you've watched me, you've seen some of my others. I've got January, February, March, April, and now May finished. Now, I did not put all of the flowers around the outside. I just didn't care for them that much. They just didn't add a whole lot to the overall finish. So I just did a few and then let it go. And I don't think I'll get it finished before I leave for my trip, but it will be finished in an envelope pillow that will be similar to the ones that I've already done. And that was done on the, not sure, I think it was the second week. No, it was the third week of June that I did that. So that's my sister's finish, the 2 ATMs, and then now this May, that's 18, 19, and 20 that I have finished for the year. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get into some whips. My first whip from the first week, the end of May and into the first week of June, is this pattern. It's called Moonlight Pumpkin Carving, and it's a Lola Crow's. And I am doing this for my grandson. I got quite a bit of it done, but I didn't get a fully finish on it. So I don't need it until October, obviously, but I will have this finished this year, I know for sure. And it is being worked on 14 count black Charles Craft Aida. And I have made a lot of changes to this. So the skeleton has Roxy Floss Co's one-of-a-kind thread called Rock Face, Boulder, Pebble, and then this orange in here. It's kind of hard to see. It's this orange is lava. The lighter orange, let's see, no. Okay, so this inner orange, that's the lighter orange, that is Monarch. The darker orange that's more variegated is Lava. And then this green, it's supposed to be a dark brown, but it wasn't standing out very well on the fabric. So I changed it to the Ogre from Roxy Floss Co. There's also Nutmeg from Cottage Garden and Black Crow, which the Black Crow is here in their faces and the black around the cat. And then the gray, the lightest colored gray in him right here, and there's a little bit down here in the cat. That is Gentle Arts Banker's Gray. So there was a lot of color changes on this because I wanted to use up my fancy floss. I'm buying it. I may as well use it and have fun with it. And since this is a gift for my grandson, you know, I don't mind using the more expensive floss on it because I hope that it'll be something that he'll treasure for a long time. Right now he is just 7.5, so he's into some of this creepy skeleton, zombie, that kind of stuff. The next thing I'm going to show you is my combination piece. It is a combination of these two patterns, February and Cherry from Sugar Stitches, and I got a few days after I finished my Snowman Head. I had a couple days left in that week, so I pulled this out, and then I finished something else and I don't remember what it was, so I decided to pull out maybe it was my sister's stitches. I pulled it out for a day after finishing that. So anyway, here is my piece, and I'm making it into a February sampler. So across the top here obviously is the February. Then I've got the cherries and the cake from the cherry pattern. And I've got the hearts from the February pattern. And then over here in this box is going to be the roses, and across over here in this box is going to be the cupcakes. So I'm coming right along with that, and a lot of these are also Roxy Floss Co. threads. The speckled one in the lace is called Snow Cone. The kind of peachy one is Nectar. The darker red, darker pink is Dragon Fruit. In the cake here, where it's kind of white and on the stand, it's called Fairy Floss. And then there's another, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's two different colors of the peach in here. So one is Nectar and the other one is Peaches and Cream. So like I said, I want to use up these threads, these fancy threads that I've got the subscription to, and I'm taking, and if it looks like something that could be close to what was already there, then I will change them out and use them up. So that was, I think I only put in 3 days, maybe 3.5 or 4 days on that, but not very much. But I'll pop in a picture of where it was before and how it is now. Okay, then the next thing that came up was my Heaven and Earth Christmas Cottage Snowman. This is the one that is my oldest WIP, and I'm trying very hard to get it finished this year. So let me kind of scoot back a little bit, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. This old big one. That is how far I've gotten. I will pop a picture in so you can see where the progress was made, and then I will bring it closer so that you can see. The progress was made here in the garden gate and all of this snow in here, which is the path up to the cottage. And I am so very close to a page finish on this one. And so my plan was to finish it in July of 2026. I do not think I can do that. I don't think I've got enough stitching time left to get it fully finished by July. But if I am very diligent and very concentrated on this, I do believe that I can have it finished by Christmas of 2026. And that is my plan. It's one that has been in my pile for a long time, and I want to get it finished because I want to get it up on the wall so that I can look at it. And it's a memorial piece for my dad, so that's very important to me. It is being stitched on 16 count, very pale gray. And of course, because it's a full coverage and it's a heaven and earth design. Oh, I didn't tell you that. Sorry. It's a heaven and earth design, and the artwork is from Dona Gelsinger. So because of that, the colors that I'm using are the suggested DMC, because there's no way I'm going to mess with those colors, not with that many. There are 92 of them in the pattern. So there's no way I'm going to mess with trying to change anything on that. And then we have, I've got these mixed up in my notes, so I'll just go as they are sitting on my table. Now, normally I do not do specific stitches to start on specific days. Like, I don't do a birthday start. I don't do the first day of summer, spring, fall, winter. I don't do that. That's not how I stitch. However, on the 4th of July, I decided that I was going to do a new patriotic start. And the reason I did it is because I have been wanting to use this floss. It's DMC 4512. It's one of the variant ones. And what I did is I got started, and that is how it looks. So I'm using the variant on the majority of the motifs, the bigger motifs, but these smaller ones here and here and here, I'm going to use DMC 498 and DMC B5200, just to give it a little bit extra pop, because there is no white in the variegated. So the white that is here and here and down here, I wanted to add that. And then when I added that white, then I was like, I need another red too. There are two different colors of blue in this one. There's a dark blue and a light blue, but there's only one variation of red. So the darker red just gives a little extra pop. And that's how far I got, just stitching on it for the 4th of July. So now that one will go with my other patriotic piece, and I will work on it here and there. It's not going to take me very long to finish that. So it will be in the next couple months. I should have it done. Okay, so the last whip I have is one that I'm doing as a gift for my son and his wife, and it is called Happy Ever After by Long Dog Samplers. It looks like this. It could be a monochromatic, and it kind of is, but with a little bit of pop. Now, the light blue is called blue Beatrice, and it's a classic Colorworks. The green is Mistletoe. It's a Gentle Arts thread. Sorry, the word thread didn't want to come to me. And then the boxes for the letters is done in DMC 792. Now I did it in these colors because my son's favorite color is blue and his wife Melissa's favorite color is green. And the picture I'm going to pop in that shows you the progress I made from the last time I had this, you're going to see that a few of the letters were in purple. When I asked him, when I first started kitting this up, what his wife's favorite color was, he told me purple. Then I was talking to my granddaughter one day, and she said, "Oh no, Mommy's favorite color isn't purple, it's green." So I asked my son, and sure enough, he said, "Oh, it's green. Yeah, no, I don't know why you thought I said purple." Well, I had written it down, so I knew that that's what he had told me. But regardless of all that, I got the purple frogged out and the green put in, and I am progressing rather well. So I'm almost to the edge of the pattern here. I've got this bit down here. You know what I'm going to use? I stole an idea from Catherine at Floss Paper Scissors. She had one of these, and her and Julie have been using it in their videos, and it just looked really fun. So I'm stealing their idea. But I worked in this area right down here, and I have come to the end of the week, so this one will be going away, and I will have a new one that I'm pulling out starting today. So those are all of my whips for the month. I think I did a rather good job of stitching this month, much better than the previous when I was gone so much. But now that I'm traveling again, I don't know how much I'll get done. I am planning on taking a couple of my smaller pieces with me so that I have something to work on, but spending time with your grandkids doesn't leave you a whole lot of time for stitching. I have a second question for you, and that is, I see a lot of people doing whip parades. Well, I only keep 12 whips in my rotation, and you see them pretty often because I work on a different whip every week throughout the months. So I also have a very big basket of partially kitted patterns, and usually there's, well, okay, so it's the pattern and the fabric that I'm going to stitch it on in the bags. And then when I pull it into my rotation after I've finished one of the 12 that I've got on the go, I will kit the rest of it up with the fibers, with the floss. So would you like to see a kitted parade from me as opposed to a whip parade? If that's something that you would like to see me do, let me know, and I can do that as an extra when I get back from my vacation. But let me know if this is something that you're interested in, if you'd like to see how I kit my things up and have them ready to pull when it's time to put a new one into rotation. And right, now we have finished the whips, we have finished the finishes, and I'm dropping things. So let's get into my postal prizes or new stash acquisitions. So this is my month of July's Roxy Floss Co. one-of-a-kind threads. This one here is called Losing Crocus. This one here is called Aster La Vista. The next one is Good Hydrangea. The next one is Morning Glory. The ones that made me decide that I just had to have these flosses because of the speckled aspect of the thread is called Glow. Then the green is called Spring Onion, and the very pale yellow is called Omelet. Disappointed with those one-of-kind threads from Roxy Floss Co. Whenever they show up, I am super excited to open that package, and so far they have not disappointed. And I'm very happy that I signed up to be a part of that club. All right, the next thing I have to show you is some charts from a purchase I made on 123 Stitch. Last month I showed you a couple of these little birds. This one was on back order, so when it popped up in my email that it was back in stock, I ordered it, and I thought I had ordered this pattern when I first saw Catherine stitching it on her channel, but I went through all of my charts and everything and I could not find it. So since I was already ordering that, I decided to get Cottage Gardens Peacock, and I am going to use the conversion that Catherine came up with to make it really bold and pop on the fabric that I choose. And one of her conversion colors is this Weeks Dye Works. I can't read the name of it because it's in the bag, but it's Deep Sea 2104, and it's just a beautiful blue. And it just, the way hers came out, if you are not watching Floss Paper Scissors, you need to go over there and find the video that she shows when she finished her peacock, because it is gorgeous. I love it. So I am using her full conversion, and this will be in my rotation pretty soon. The other thing is, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't pulled all of the colors, but I'm thinking of doing it on this fabric. With her conversion and how she brightened the colors up, I think it would really stand out in this fabric. And this is a Charles Craft 14 count printed Aida by the name of Moonstone. And it's a beautiful, it's really beautiful. And I think that peacock would be very pretty on that. The other thing while I was looking at fabrics is I found this one. Let me unwrap it for you because it's really pretty. It's a primitive hair, 30 count linen. Oops, it's upside down there. And I need to unroll it. But it's got this printing on it. And I want to find either a Santa or maybe a snowman. Being that I am such a snowman fan, I'm thinking snowman, but there's always the chance that I might find a Santa that could go on this. Either way, I'm putting something for winter on this piece of fabric. And the other one I found is another primitive hare. Oh, this one is called the Snowfall. And the other one I found is called Stardust, again, from the primitive hare. And let me unravel it for you. That's going to be beautiful for something. I've got a pattern, what's it called? It's a Christmas pattern, and it's going to be done in monochromes. I may use this fabric for that. Can't remember the name of it. Santa's Hot Cocoa Shop or something like that. But it may work on this. We'll just have to wait and see. But I could not resist either one of those when I was looking through 1, 2, 3 Stitch. They can be rather evil about encouraging you to buy more items. These fabrics I had on order for about 2 months. They are from Mystic Stitches, and because she does these as the orders come in, you usually have to wait a little bit longer, but they are well worth it. This is called Enchanted, and it is an opalescent blue. This one is called Smog. It's kind of a bluish gray. I hope these colors are coming through. This one is called Brain Fog. It's, again, another bluish gray, but a little bit lighter than the previous. And then this one is called Pearl. And it's just it's a little bit lighter than the previous two. But I think they'll be great neutrals for some of the stuff that I have in my stash. And then this one is called Olympia. All of the other 4 were pearlescent. This one is not. This is just a standard linen. All of them are also 32 count linen. And this one is kind of in a gray, brown, beige modeling. So again, another nice neutral color. And I do have ideas for all of these. Well, let me rephrase that. I've got something I want to put on this one for sure. And then I've got to decide between the other 4 which pattern would look best on each one of those. But they will be kitted up soon. They won't be started, but they'll be kitted with their pattern. Now, on Instagram, I asked if anybody knew where I could get some more of the printed fabric that I'm using for my snowman heads, because I didn't have enough. I only had 10. Is it 9 or 10? I think I was too short. So someone suggested that I go on Etsy and put it in as a printed frame color. Well, it took me a little while to really get it to pop up like what I wanted, but I did find some. This is a heritage collection in kind of a almost a pale rose This one is another Heritage collection. This is a two-tone green. This one is from Colonial House, and it is more, the Aida fabric is kind of a, what do they call that? Oh, there's a name for it, and I'm not going to be able to think of it right now. I'll put it across the screen when I think about it. But it also has green framed print around the outside of it. And then this is a Country Lane by Modern Heirloom. And it is also another green. Now I was kind of looking for a black, but so far I haven't found anything on this type of fabric in the 14 count with a black design around the border. I am still looking because I wanted to do the black for Halloween, but if not, I'll use one of these greens because it'll work with the Halloween theme to it. But I am still on the lookout for a black border. If anybody comes across one, sorry for bumping the camera. If anybody comes across one, let me know so that I can go and look at it and see if it'll work for what I'm thinking. All this my name dropping section, and what I do is I give you a couple of ideas of either people I've mentioned during my main part of my video, or just some of the floss tubes that I have either just found or watch on a regular basis that I recommend. So the first one is going to be the Contented Needleworker. Her name is Kim, and she has over 90 videos out. So some of you may already be following her or have seen her in the past. The next one is Flossabilities. Now this is a designer, and she's not real regular with her videos, but the ones that she does put out kind of showcase her new designs, or it also shows what her and her mom have been stitching on, or giving updates as to what is in the works for her designs. But so the Flosstube channel is Flossabilities, and the designer's name is Lauren, and she has 46 videos out there. There's also the Huga Stitcher. Now I looked and looked and looked to see how many videos that she had, but I couldn't. She doesn't number her videos in the description, so I'm not sure how many she has, but I'm pretty sure she's, you know, got probably in the higher numbers, because I know I've heard other floss tubers talk about her, and it seems like she's been going for several years. There's also Lady Huzzah. Her name is Lisa. Oh, the Huga Stitcher. Did I tell you her name? The Huga Stitcher's name is Samantha. Lady Huzzah, she is Lisa. She has 22 videos that she has released, and currently she is in Germany with her daughter. So the last floss tube that she put out, she had her daughter as a guest, which was very nice. It was fun to see. And then another new one for me, but she's been doing this for a while. It's Sarah's Stitching Spot, and obviously her name is Sarah. She's from California, and it was fun to see her and listen to some of the things that she was doing. She had a drawing kinda for a Zoom call with 9 other stitchers, and it's very fun to join in that. And she picked me as one of the Zoomers, And as we were talking, I realized that one of the embroidery guild that she is a member of are people that I knew when I was still living in California. So it was really fun to talk with her and, you know, reminisce about my friends that are still down there that I talked to. And yeah, so she's got 78 plus videos that she has done. She's got some beautiful things that she's stitched, and it's really nice to see what she's got going. So that is everything I have today. I still have, for the whole month of July, I'm doing the opening of the mystery stitching box. I still have boxes available. They didn't sell as well as I thought they might. So there are still boxes available on my Etsy. If you're interested, you can go and see the 6 that have already been opened, and if it looks like something that you would be interested in, you can go to my Etsy account. Now that will be linked in the description box, so if you would like to go down there and see, and also all of the names of the floss tubers that I have mentioned, there will also be links in the description box to go straight to their channel. But it's been fun talking to you. I'm not sure when I'll be back. I'll be gone through the first full week of August, so it will be into the second week if I really have anything to show you. I hope I have a few things to show you, because I'll be doing a week of my snowman. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that is not true. That is something that I haven't talked about. My plans for the month of July. So now that I have finished on working the week on my sampler for my son, the next thing that is coming out is my Raven Queen by Nora Corbett, and it is a one that I have combined a couple of patterns to, but you know her, Mirabilia's The Raven Queen by Nora Corbett. And this time when she comes out, oh, I hope I get to the beads, because she is this far. All I have is a little bit of this fill-in on this side, and then I can get going on all of the areas where her beads need to be put into, on her dress, on her necklace, all of that. So this is how she looks right now, and hopefully when you see her next, I will be all done with her and have all of the beads in. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that, because I do have things to get ready for my trip to my to see my granddaughter. So I'm not sure how much stitching time I'm going to have this week, because I've got cleaning to do and I've got packing to do. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But I really, really, really want to have her finished. And then I can start on something different. But that's my plan. Don't hold me to it, because I'm not 100% sure that that's going to be happening. Okay, so now finally I am done. I've got this shirt. I never should have wore it. It's all over the place. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Squirrel! Thank you for joining me. I hope that I have shown you some things that are of interest to you, maybe inspired you to pick something new up, or pull something out that has been in your stash for a while. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time, and we will see you next month. Bye.